She said it out loud, on camera, and the world wasn't ready for what came next. From subtle royal jabs to a shocking truth moment caught on tape, Meghan Markle just triggered a media storm unlike anything we've seen before. Stick around, because what she finally admitted changes everything. Do you think Meghan's honesty is brave or a calculated PR move? Comment your take below, because this one's going to split opinions.
Meghan Markle posted a bizarre video on her social media yesterday, which sent several people into absolute meltdown. It is the cringiest, most uncomfortable piece of tape I've seen in a long time. I'm sorry, but I'm going to make you watch it. Saw it 24.
1 month, 2 months, 3 months, hit the baby mama when I said baby.
What looked like a casual sit-down interview quickly turned into the internet's biggest obsession. In just 7 seconds, Meghan Markle uttered a line that shattered the calm. There's so much that was covered up, and no one's ready to talk about it. She didn't name names. She didn't even flinch. But that moment hit like a lightning strike. Within hours, TikTok had over 10 million views of that single clip. Twitter sleuths broke it down frame by frame. News anchors replayed it like a national emergency. It wasn't a quote, it was a warning. When unscripted honesty leaks through a polished facade, audiences take notice. That line wasn't accidental. It was a needle jabbed into the royal balloon. Takeaway: off-script moments reveal more than any official statement ever could. And in this case, it changed everything. The backlash came fast, but Meghan's response was silence. At her next public appearance, she smiled politely, said little, and avoided every hot-button question. No clarifications, no defenses, just calculated calm. That silence was deafening. Commentators speculated it wasn't just avoidance, it was orchestration. Her media team likely knew that saying anything could fan the flames. So instead, she let the world spin its theories. No comment speaks louder than a denial. And it worked. Her quietness kept the story alive longer, feeding curiosity instead of killing it. Takeaway: in media warfare, silence isn't surrender, it's strategy. Sometimes, saying nothing stirs more noise than saying too much. Within hours of the viral clip, headlines erupted, but they couldn't agree. The Guardian called it a powerful reclaiming of truth, while the Daily Mail branded it a reckless attack on the crown. Across the Atlantic, U.S. outlets painted her as either a whistleblower or a drama queen. Suddenly, this wasn't just about Meghan. It became a media tug-of-war between two nations, two narratives, and two legacies. The headlines became the battlefield. Each outlet molded her words to fit their agenda, and in that frenzy, the real message got distorted. Takeaway: when public figures speak, it's not just what they say, it's how the media weaponizes it. Control the narrative, or the narrative controls you. During a brief red carpet moment, a journalist shouted, "Do you regret leaving the royal family?" Meghan paused, smiled, then walked away without a word. That moment, caught in crystal clear HD, instantly sparked wild speculation. Was she avoiding controversy or confirming it? Body language experts jumped in. One claimed her smile was a micro-expression of defiance, while another said it was controlled discomfort. Either way, it wasn't the words that mattered. It was the refusal. That pause said everything. In today's world, silence is a statement, especially when it follows a direct question millions are dying to hear answered. Takeaway: what you don't say can create more headlines than what you do. If all this feels like déjà vu, there's a reason. Meghan's current media storm mirrors the chaos of her 2021 Oprah interview, another moment where vague accusations and emotional pauses dominated global conversation. Back then, she dropped bombshells without naming names. This time, she did the same, just more subtly. It's a pattern. Speak just enough to spark outrage, but never enough to end the mystery. Familiarity breeds friction. Audiences are catching on. And while some applaud her courage, others accuse her of manipulating public sympathy with half-truths. Takeaway: repeating emotional playbooks can backfire if the audience starts seeing the script. Buried deep in that viral video, right before the clip cuts, Meghan glances sideways towards someone off-camera. It's a quick flick of the eyes, less than a second, but viewers noticed. Zoomed-in breakdowns flooded YouTube. Was it a handler? A warning? A silent check-in? That glance launched an entire subthread of conspiracy theories. Some claimed it hinted at a deeper, hidden pressure behind her words. Others thought it revealed fear. One look, endless interpretations. In a media moment where every frame is analyzed, even a glance can spark an avalanche. Takeaway? Body language isn't filler. It's part of the message, and sometimes it is the message. While Meghan kept her cool, Prince Harry looked anything but calm in the days following the clip. At a charity event just 48 hours later, he appeared distracted, avoiding press and skipping interviews altogether, a sharp contrast to his usual charm. Photographers captured him with clenched fists and tight lips, sparking rumors of internal conflict. Was he blindsided by Meghan's comments, or bracing for royal retaliation? His silence wasn't protective, it was loud. When a usually vocal figure retreats, it signals more than discomfort, it signals consequence. Takeaway: in high-stakes relationships, mismatched public reactions often reveal behind-the-scenes tension. Just days after the backlash erupted, a leaked email surfaced from inside Meghan and Harry's PR circle. The message, verified by 2 separate outlets, outlined a strategic de-escalation protocol. Translation: damage control was in full swing. The email mentioned targeted interview opportunities, redirected narratives, and controlled reframing. This wasn't panic, it was precision, a playbook built for controversy. Crisis management doesn't start when things go wrong, it's preloaded. And in Meghan's case, it showed how fast a team can pivot when public opinion starts slipping. Takeaway? The most polished public images are backed by battle-ready crisis teams. This story is just heating up, and we've got receipts. If you're hooked, hit subscribe and comment Team Truth if you think Meghan's finally speaking out for real. Just when the story seemed to plateau, an unexpected wave hit. Celebrities started chiming in. Bethany Frankel slammed Meghan as calculated, while Chrissy Teigen defended her, tweeting that people forget she's human. The clash wasn't just in tabloids, it was now playing out across celebrity social circles. Suddenly, this wasn't just Meghan versus the monarchy, it was Meghan versus the culture of fame itself. When stars pick sides, it amplifies the stakes. It became less about truth and more about who controls the narrative: the royals, the media, or the influencer elite. Takeaway: in today's fame economy, every controversy becomes a team sport, and silence is a risky position. Several behavioral experts weighed in after the clip went viral, and their insights added an eerie new layer. One noted Meghan's pattern of disclosure without resolution, a tactic often used to create emotional suspense. Another pointed out how her vague language builds loyalty through mystery, not clarity. This isn't randomness, it's narrative psychology in action. By withholding details, Meghan keeps the audience guessing, and guessing keeps them engaged. Takeaway? In the age of attention, ambiguity isn't a flaw, it's a feature. The less you say, the more they speculate. While media chaos swirled, Buckingham Palace released nothing. No statement, no comment, not even a leak to loyal reporters. Just total, disciplined silence. And for a monarchy known to quietly correct narratives through sources, this was a loud deviation. Experts say this kind of blackout isn't avoidance. It's a calculated freeze-out, a way to starve the controversy of oxygen without feeding the drama. The silence felt cold. By saying nothing, the palace framed Meghan's remarks as unworthy of response, a subtle, devastating dismissal. Takeaway? In elite institutions, power often hides behind silence. Not in statements, but in stillness. Just days after the media storm, Meghan dropped a new podcast episode, seemingly business as usual. But sharp listeners caught something odd. At one point, while discussing public perception, she said, "People don't realize how much we hold back. Not because we want to, but because we have to." No names, no details, but it felt like a crack in the armor, a self-confession buried in small talk. It wasn't a full admission, but it hinted that the viral clip wasn't a mistake. It was a preview. Takeaway? Sometimes the truth sneaks out sideways, hidden in the tone, not the headline. Behind the scenes, Netflix executives weren't thrilled. Insiders revealed that Meghan's viral moment disrupted plans for a more controlled narrative in their upcoming projects. One producer allegedly called it a timing nightmare, worried that the controversy would overshadow key release dates. Remember, Meghan and Harry's multi-million-dollar deal hinges on brand trust and story flow. Surprise headlines equals broken strategy. Even allies have limits. When off-script moments threaten corporate agendas, support turns into silence fast. In media partnerships, spontaneity is risky. One unscheduled sentence can cost millions. Amidst the noise, one viral comment stood out. posted by a former royal staffer on a niche forum. It read, "If Meghan truly wanted peace, she wouldn't keep lighting matches." That single sentence was screenshotted, shared thousands of times, and even quoted in op-eds. It crystallized what many were feeling but hadn't said out loud. Suddenly, the conversation shifted from sympathy to skepticism. One sentence can shatter a narrative. It wasn't said by a royal, a journalist, or a celebrity, but it hit harder than all three. Takeaway? In an era ruled by clicks, sometimes the quietest voices go the farthest. For years, Meghan's content thrived online. Clips, interviews, even casual photos racked up millions of views. But after the backlash, something shifted. Her name started trending alongside negative keywords. Engagement dropped on official posts. Even supportive creators saw their views tank. The algorithm had recalibrated, not out of malice, but pure metrics. Controversy brings traffic, but prolonged ambiguity confuses the system. When the machine can't tell hero from villain, it slows down. And for a personal brand built on momentum, that's deadly. Takeaway? Online, perception isn't shaped by truth. It's shaped by data. And the algorithm never forgets. Then, everything stopped. No new statements, no clarifications, no follow-up interviews. Meghan went radio silent. And that sudden stillness felt strategic. According to PR insiders, this is called a reset window, a short, intentional period where the public's attention is allowed to drift before the next narrative is introduced. It's not retreat, it's recalibration. The silence wasn't absence, it was preparation. By stepping back, Meghan let the noise burn out, so she could re-enter with a cleaner slate. Takeaway? In media warfare, sometimes the smartest move is no move at all. It sounds backwards, but controversy isn't always a curse. PR experts argue that this viral backlash might increase Meghan's long-term brand value. How? Visibility. Every headline, every tweet, every breakdown keeps her name circulating. In the modern attention economy, staying relevant often matters more than staying liked. Fame isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Even critics play a role. They drive the clicks, fuel debates, and keep the spotlight burning. Takeaway? If you can survive the storm, backlash becomes branding. Pain now, power later. Amid all the noise, viral edits, and reaction videos, there's one overlooked truth. Meghan isn't just reacting, she's experimenting. Whether intentional or instinctive, her media presence functions like a test lab. Drop a hint, watch the response, adjust the message, repeat. This isn't chaos, it's calibration. Every headline feels a feedback loop, and in that loop, she learns what works and what doesn't. Takeaway? In today's digital world, media isn't just a mirror, it's a weapon, and those who learn to wield it shape the story, whether you like them or not. Meghan's viral moment wasn't just about words, it was a media earthquake. Whether accidental or intentional, she's reshaping how we view fame, truth, and power. And as the next chapter unfolds, one thing's certain, the world isn't done watching. Stay tuned, because what's coming next might just flip the script.